Hello everybody, Monday racing today. Good to have you all with us again. We start up a brand new week, and as we get closer and closer to the Hollywood Bets Durban July. We're out at Fairview Poly and our first of 8 races. We should get our first at 25 past 12, take out the 2, take out the 3. As you know, out in the coast this time of the year, that part of the world, weather can be miserable and windy and all that sort of stuff during the winter. You expect that, I'm sure. But we are in the Poly, so all should be good. There's an unraced horse here called Remind Me of You. Alan Krief trains this. Richard Fourie rides it. And this particular horse, we'll get some more information from Nino about the Real Gone Kid, an Australian bred and owned by the Hollywood Racing. I'll try and see if there's a comment from them. But I know, Nino, you would have probably engaged with Alan by now. This horse is 17 to 20, so odds on to win. 5 Princess of Joal is at 11 to 5, and the 4 on the outside is 9 to 2, 20 to 1 bar the other 2. Good morning.
Good morning, Claudia. They're expecting remind me of you to win. The Real Gone Kid sires have been doing very well in PE, and they've had quite a lot of winners. And I'm just going to back him up with the race runner that I believe has got the best form, Princess of Joal. So I'm putting him 5 and 6, but they are expecting number 6 to win.
Okay, 6 to win, but Nino will back it up the 5 in the bipods. Nino's bipod cost $360. Okay, let's get on to the action now for our next race on the card, race number 2. And the markers have got Dean Smith's horse Rock Up, top of the board. It's 28 to 10. 10 Skip the Line is at 7 to 2. Number 4, Truly Magical. They backed this from 10 to 1 to 5 to 1. Money for Kelly Mitchell's horse. Muzien is riding this. 2, Walk Right In is 11 to 2. And it's 10 to 1 and better about the balance. There's a comment I got on Skip the Line for you, Nino. From the Hollywood Bet Racing guys, saying that this daughter of Real Gone Kid for number 10, Skip the Line, is making her debut over the 1,000 on the Poly. She is likely to be green and in need of the experience, and that this outing will bring her on. That's the latest news from the yard, Nino. So money for Kelly's horse here.
Yes, and Kelly likes this horse, Clyde. She said this is her best runner on the card, which I found quite strange because she has got some very nice horses running later on the card, horses like Porfirio and Genevieve. But this is her best runner, so it's got to be respected. You got the 2 young horses, Rock Up and Skip the Line, another Real Gone Kid horse, and also owned by Hollywood. Maybe Hollywood can have the first 2 winners on the card. But the word is that, as you said, she might be green. So I've put in quite a few here, hoping to get a result in the bipod. I've added in a horse like Inglewood Park, and a horse I think could cause a big upset is number 8, Take Me to the Moon. 3, 4, 8, 9, and 10 for me.
The PA, okay, good. We've got that, and you're going to be bankering later on. But in the next leg of the PA, we've got that horse bankered Woman in Gold. Okay, that PA costs $450. This is a maiden plate, and it's over 1,900 metres in this race. Take out the 2's not running anymore, so there's 7 of them left. And Dean Smith's horse, Explosive Gift, has shortened in the market. Craig Zaki is riding this for Dean. And I think this horse has, let's have a quick look, Woman in Gold, is even money. Explosive Gift is 33 to 10, so they're both from Dean Smith's yard. The money's for Woman in Gold, and that's shortened from, what price was this? I think this was trading around 2 to 1, thereabouts. It's now even money. 5 Explosive Gift is 33 to 10, so that one's drifting. 4 Can We Start is 13 to 2, and then you can get 10s and bet about the other. So Woman in Gold, Nino, let's talk about this because that's where the money is. And was this horse used to be with Glenn Cotson, right? First run for Dean.
Yes, Clyde, and I know the horse from when it was in Cape Town, with the Glenn Cotson stable, and he's always rated this horse. That that penultimate run, you can put a line through it. I believe something, Glenn told me that something went wrong there. I think the Cape form is much stronger than what she meets today. The oppositions that she took on in Cape Town, the horses like Rosewood and La Patrona. So she's going to take a power to beat him. But in saying that, I think Dean Smith has got this race, the key to this race. He will win the race. I think he'll win with number 1, Woman in Gold. I've banked that in the PA, but I have backed her up with a stable companion, Explosive Gift in the pick 6.
Okay. Got it. Thank you. 1 and 5 for Nino in the first leg of the pick 6. Later on, we're running with this pick 6, hopefully. And come the last race at 25-5, we'll be shouting home Casperita. Right, race number 4. Here's the betting. Number 4, Green Isle, top the boards. It's at 9-2. 9-2 the field, yeah, open race. Alan Greef and Richard Fourie are top of the boards at the moment. They're joined to the 7, past and present. Cliffy Miller's got this horse that Marco van Rensburg's riding is 9-2. 5, Anatolian Silver is at 6-1. Chad riding for John Nell. And number 6, Supreme Judge, is at 6-1. That's a Craig Zaki Dean Smith horse. Then you've got Muck Dev, who's at the 1 horse, who's at 7s, and it's 10-1 and better. About open race, I guess, Nino, as many as you can go in this event. Am I right?
You are right, and for people that can afford it, they should go as many as they can. I've broken it down to 3 horses, Clyde, and unfortunately, they're the first 3 in the betting. But my first choice is number 5, Anatolian Silver, at 6-1. I think she's been taken on much stronger than what she meets today in the form of Bad Medicine and Home in Pigeon. Green Isle won a very good race last time, beating Het Montero, very strong form. She jumped from a 10 draw, which isn't going to make it easy. And then I thought that Past and Present ran a fair enough race first time out on the poly to make her competitive. So my first 3 choices in order is 5, 4, and 7. But if, like you said, there could be others that could come up and win here. But Makachev, I think, is carrying quite a lot of weight here, 62.5 kilos. So I've gone for Anatolian Silver to beat Green Isle and Past and Present.
Got it. Thank you so much. That jackpot 4-5-7 in the first leg, but it does have a wide open look to it. Okay, we go to a handicap now for the girls at the 68 level. Another hard race, I thought. 11 of them that line up, so I might as well take you straight into the betting on this Monday morning as to what's going on. And Lana View tops the boards for Lungagile. They at 9-2. Calvin Z a ride. Joint favourite with 11, Darling Girl. Babishudu is riding for Jacques Stratum. They're 9-2 at the moment. And there's been a bit of money for Jacques Stratum's horse here. It has shortened Darling Girl. 2, Spoil Yourself. 11-2, 7, Chronicles of Narnia, 11-2, 4, Terminal Velocity is at 13-2 and 10-1 and better about the balance. Open race, but if you want, Nino, early money for Darling Girl.
Yeah, I didn't see that, Clyde. I studied the card and I made it a 2-horse race. I like Spoil Yourself here at 11-2. Again, she's been taken on stronger. We'll see how Green Isle goes in the race before that, and then we might have a bit more confidence on Spoil Yourself. But she did take on horses like Bad Medicine comes to the 4-year again. With Chad Little up, I think that's a massive runner. And Lana View, if she stays the 2000, which I don't think, which I do think she will do, win by Visionaire, she's going to be a massive runner. I've gone flat here. I don't know if Chronicles of Narnia will stay 2000, and Terminal Velocity has been very, very disappointing. Maybe Darling Girl could be the danger to my 2 selections, and like pick 6 is not very big, they could add that in. But for me, I've gone flat here, 2 and 3.
Okay, got it. Thanks for that. 2 and 3. Spoil Yourself, Lana View both go in. Lana View looking for a hat-trick of wins. Let's see if she will stay the 2000. Again, this jackpot leads you to the last leg where we bank of the 2. All right, guys, let's get on to race number 6 now. And this is a middle stakes. They run over a mile, and there are 10 of them that line up. Few I know, Nino. I know you were looking at a few horses here. Global Ally, obviously, one of them is 5-2. 3 Porfirios, 9-2. 4 Sylvanians, 9-2 this morning. And number 6 Laguna Verde is at 11-2. And then you can get 13-2, 7 George Handel, and 20-1 everything else. But market's giving no indication here. If anything, most of these horses are drifting. So we'll leave it to you.
Clyde, another competitive race, and Porfirio, he's unbeaten over course and distance. So he obviously prefers the poly track, and he ran a very good race behind a top horse last time in the form of Zenobi. So that's going to make him very, very competitive. I think Ellen has found the right race for Global Ally. She's also been running against much stronger than what she meets today. And Laguna Verde won a nice race last time over course and distance, carrying a lot of weight with the Appy up. She comes in here with 56 kilos. I've broken it down to 2, 3, and 6. I don't know if Sylvanian is going to stay 1600. For that reason, I've left it out. But that could come up trumped. And George Handel could be the other one. But for me, I've broken it down to 3 horses: Global Ally, Porfirio, and Laguna Verde.
Okay, got it. Looks that kind of race. Maybe 2 on the card as Global Ally can win this race. Priced up 5-2 at the moment. It was 2-1. So again, it's been relatively quiet, the market. We heard Nino putting both Porfirio and Laguna Verde into the play. And I don't know, those who like George Handel might have to go in. Right, let's go to race number 7. And this particular event, I think they got them 3-1 the whole field here. Justin Snaith has got the source Morfila in here, priced up at 3-1 at the moment. Number 4 Kings again, 9-2. 5 Jenna Fever, 11-2. 11 Sweet Julia, 8-1. 10-1 about the 8 Mystical Butterfly. And then 12s and better about the balance. There's been a bit of money for Justin Snaith's horse, Nino. I've got it marked up at 7-2. So there's been some interest in it. Do you like it?
Give it a chance. I've always had a question mark with Justin Snaith's horses running on poly, but this showed that she can handle the poly last time, Clyde, behind, when she ran second behind detailed forecast. But if you look at that race, collateral form, you will see that Priscilla Macy ran 2 lengths behind detailed forecast. She comes from a 1 draw, and she's 4 kilos better off with Morfilia. So if you like Morfilia, you have to like Priscilla Macy. Genevieve has done nothing wrong on the poly. She hasn't missed a place on the poly surface since she's come to P. That's got to be a massive runner. Kings again depends on how the track is running. This was drawn 12. Richard is going to have no option but to place him at the back of the field and come with his usual late run. If the track is running fast, I'm not sure whether he'll get there in time to catch the front runners. Fiery Countess could be the upset, and even Great Nation, the stable companion to Kings again, could cause a major upset. Clyde, I find this the hardest race on the card. I think Sweet Julia is better over the 1,000. So I've left her out because this is a 1,200. And Mystical Butterfly is just won a maiden, and the form hasn't been franked. So we could be in for an upset result here.
Okay, well, let's have a look at what you've got. You're going to use the 5 as the floater in the play, but is an open race. All of 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 must all go into that trifecta. So this race, I guess with what Nino's been telling us, is the race we'll be waiting for to get some money with Casperita. Nino will tell us more about this juvenile filly. She's been in good form in that she's placed her last couple of starts from the Alan Creef and Richard Ferree stable. And just in terms of that last start of hers, well, she ran to Marchland, and there's been no runners since then, but we know how good Marchland is, a top horse. The market's got Casperita this morning Monday morning, priced up as follows. It's 11-10 at the moment. Number 7, Free World, is 4-1. And then they bet double figures about the balance. They got 12-1 bar 2. So markets also got them a 2-horse race, if you like, 2 and 7. But solid, Nino, solid. Casperita.
Yeah, for me, yes, Claude, I had to make a banker somewhere along the line, and I thought that this was the horse that we can rely on to bring us through. I know they fancy Free World very strong, and it's a jockey strike, but I did my pick six before I heard about it. So the pick six, again, is not a big perm. They can add in Free World. I think that's the only danger. Look, Alan has done this before with the 2-year-olds. I remember Silver City beat an open field, and also a while back a horse called Three Rocks did the same thing. The concern is that a 2-year-old, but you've got to keep in mind that in 2 months' time she'll be 3, so she's closer to 3 than 2 at the moment. So, from a good draw, and like you said, she ran behind the best filling P at the moment, which is Marchland, and she also ran second to Obsidian Star. So I banked it, but I do make 7. I heard about the 7 that they fancy it with Zakia for Duncan McKenzie, and they might have to add that in their pick sixes. But for me, Casperita will be the horse to beat.
All right, so thanks for that, Nina. In terms of the last race, Casperita, those of you, of course, who are watching on our website or on YouTube, that's why Nino's telling you to add in Casperita for the pick six. But those that are watching it live into the race, well, we're going for Casperita to win the last.